Hi everyone, it is finally time for a new video, and today I will be telling you about the books that I really want to read before the end of the year. So, as you can see, I just got a TBR cart. I just got it today. I am beyond happy. Like, I cannot express how excited I am. I've been wanting this for a million years and I finally got it, and it arrived a lot faster than I thought. I do think I will constantly change it because I do want this to just have books that I have not read yet. And I especially want to have books that I just want to read immediately. So this is like quite a big portion of my whole physical TBR, but there is still quite a bit more that I have not read. But basically all of these, there is one more shelf under there. Obviously, I'm not gonna read all this before the end of the year, but these are definitely books that I want to prioritize. I am obviously gonna read some like ebooks and audiobooks and whatever, and I do want to read a lot of Christmas books, which is not on here. That being said, let's just get straight into these books. I probably won't go too much into detail, cause like there is a lot, but let's just jump straight in. So I will start here. I also hope that as I do this, the whole thing is not gonna fall apart. And so that is Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. I've talked about this book before. It was on like some kind of list that I had that was like books I want to read before the end of the year or 2023 releases that I want to read. I don't know. But this is like a dark-ish YA fantasy. It's supposed to be about a morally great witch and a cursed prince. And I think it's just going to be a fun, easy to read, fast-paced fantasy. And I have said this a bajillion times this year. I really need to work on reading more fantasy books. Then we have Roleplaying by Kathy Yardley. I really want to read this one because I did start a little bit of it, not much, but 33 pages, and I feel like the cover just screams like fall, winter, cozy vibes, and I feel like it's also going to be a quick read. It's kind of like an online to real life romance. It also has like older main characters. I think they're over... Yeah, the heroine is 48, so if you've been wanting to find books that have people that are not just, you know, in their 20s, check this out, and I've heard some good things about it. And again, I adore this cover, so I really want to read that. And it's going to be quite a common pattern, because this is another book that I started reading, and I just do this where it's absolutely not a DNF. A lot of the time, it's books that I'm absolutely going to love, or at least just really like, but I am just an extreme mood reader, and that is literally all. Like, I just put the book down, and then I just kind of like feel this pressure to get back to it and finish it, even though like I want to, you know, but did I say the name of the book? It is Bet On It by Jodie Slaughter. I unfortunately also lost the bookmark in this. I think I read like 80 pages or something, like a decent amount, and I was really enjoying it. I feel like it has like small town vibes and fun family dynamics, and it has this like bingo in it that they both end up participating in that forces them together. And I don't know, I feel like I know I'm gonna love this. I do have a video where I want to read this, so this is absolutely happening. So, then we have another book, which is Kiss the Girl by Zoraida Cordova, and this is a book that I bought like 2 months ago. So again, it wouldn't be a total like disaster if I didn't get to it, but it is quite short, and it's like a modern day Little Mermaid retelling. Is that it? Yeah. There's like some kind of like rock star singing part to it, and I don't know, I've been waiting to read books by Zoraida Cordova for 1,000 years, and it's, I think, time soon, hopefully. So then I have a book that I just bought like 2 weeks ago, and that is An Echo in the City by KX Song. And again, since I bought it 2 weeks ago, like it wouldn't be terrible if I didn't get to it, but I do feel like I am quite in the mood for this. It's basically one blurb says that it's a love letter to Hong Kong and those shifting transformative years of youth. Read this, you'll walk away changed. And it is basically the two main characters meet, or like they go to the same protest and they accidentally switch phones, and that like somehow, you know, pushes them back together. And I don't know, it made me realize that I do really want to read more books about politics, and also just like I adore this cover. That is definitely what drew me in, and the fact that we have a blurb by Zulfa Katu literally just says absolutely phenomenal. but I trust her. So I am very excited for this. So another book I have here is once again a book that I started and read. 80 pages. I do think I'm gonna finish this on audio. I was really enjoying it, but I don't know. It is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I have mixed feelings about her as an author and her books. I have loved some of them, but there's just like little things I don't love about them. But I did buy this because I think I just really liked the cover. I love pink covers, and I just really want to finish it. It was cute. It is like a gardener romance, kind of like Grumpy Sunshine, I feel like. And yeah, so I really want to finish that. Then we have one of my most anticipated releases of the year, which is The Do's and Donuts of Love by Adiba Agredar. And I absolutely adored Adiba's previous books, and obviously I want to read this, and I also started a little bit of it. So I just started 30 pages, and this actually did have a reason to put it down, which was that like it has a baking competition in it, and it feels quite cozy in that way, and it was just like the peak of summer, and I was just like, I need to read this at a different time. But I do think it's gonna be cute. It does have, I think, like a love triangle, which like scares me a little bit, but I'm still very excited for this. So if you like books about food and like reality shows, like competition stuff, you should pick this up. The next book here is Ellie Angle Saves Herself by Leah Johnson, and who would guess that, oh my gosh, don't tell me I also lost. Okay, it looks like I also lost the bookmark because I did also start this. And the reason I put this down is I was going on a holiday and I could not pack it with me, but I have now returned and we're gonna be diving in. It was super cute. I only read, I think, like 3 chapters. Did I put a book? I don't know. I never do the like remembering the last page thing, so whatever. I think I'll figure it out fine because the chapters have titles, and like I was already like very invested in the story. It's like a middle grade superhero, superpower situation, and we have Ellie Angle, who basically is with her best friend in her room, and there's this like mysterious, weird, out of nowhere earthquake, and they don't live in a place that should have earthquakes, and she has this like weird tingly feeling, and that's gonna give her superpowers. And the blurb here says, the part that I didn't get to yet is that a video of her is gonna go viral. So I'm really curious to see like what the plot is gonna turn out to be. It also has like a little bit of sapphic vibes. Don't know if it's gonna have like a romance in it. Obviously it's middle grade and I can't tell so far. But I love Leah Johnson. I loved her YA books, and I can't wait to see what she does in this middle grade. The next book here is The Many Half-Lived Lives of Sam Sylvester by Maya McGregor. I actually snatched a signed copy that is like absolutely iconic. It says, "Live your whole life," and I love it. It was just like at the bookstore that I went to, and it looks so cool. It is supposed to be kind of like, I think, sort of like an urban fantasy-ish or contemporary fantasy. I don't know, whatever. Just, it has some fantasy elements in it. And it's supposed to be like very emotional, meaningful about like life and things like that. And I don't know, I feel like it just, I feel the like connection. I don't know if anyone else relates, where you just see a book and you like see the cover and you already feel like a spark that's like, I feel like I will really love this and it will really connect with my heart, you know? So I really want to read this. So then I have Zyla and Kai by Christina Forest, which is, I'm pretty sure, her 3rd YA contemporary romance. I loved the first 2, and the only reason why I have not read this yet is because it's quite long. It is over 450 pages, which obviously for a YA contemporary is a lot. But I adored her previous books, and so I just need to dive in. I feel like I'm going to love it and fly through it anyways. And I don't really remember what it's about. I think maybe like a second chance romance. But this says, an epic star-crossed love story about first love, and not just the will they, won't they, but why can't they? Which is another reason why I'm a little bit scared, because I feel like it's going to be very angsty. But I am excited, and hopefully I will pick it up. I wouldn't mind reading this in like January, February, but I still want to keep it here because it is a book that I want to get to very soon. The next book is a book that I'm absolutely going to be reading within the next like few days, and that is Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Heron Blake. And this is one of my most anticipated releases. I adore this series. I cannot wait for this, and like I know I will devour it. So if I'm confident about one book that I'll read out of this, it is definitely this one. So the next that I have here is, what do you think? What do you think? Is another book that I started, and I absolutely also will be finishing this, and that is the next new Syrian Girl by Reem Shukairi. This also just was not the right timing when I was reading this, but I was absolutely loving this book, and I cannot wait to dive in, and it has been calling my name for the past like 2 weeks, and it is a YA contemporary, and it follows two girls. One of them is Syrian American, and the other is a Syrian refugee. So that is Khadija and Lean, and so Lean ends up staying at Khadija's house, and they kind of have this like weird dynamic where Khadija feels like that Lean is intruding on her space and her life, and she's kind of like intimidated by her because she feels like Lean is so proper and sweet and kind, and she feels like she's too rough around the edges. And I absolutely love the contrasting dynamic of them, and the story follows the two of them as they kind of become friends, and they feel like they kind of develop this almost like sister relationship. And I feel like if you love books about like relationships other than a romance, you need to read this. I feel like that is going to be such a strong part of the story. I mean, it already has been for the beginning that I read. And there's like so many amazing family dynamics in this. There's like a little romance brewing, at least for Khadija. I don't know if there's gonna be another one, but it is such a beautiful emotional story. It is the kind of story that like is heartbreaking and hopeful at the same time, which I just like absolutely adore. And so definitely check this book out, and I will most absolutely be finishing this also, I think, in the next week, so you will hear me talk about it again. And looking at the time that I've been talking, I do think I will actually just quickly have a look at what I really want to read before the end of the year, because there are some books here that I feel like I probably will save for later. So just to shorten this video a little bit, I'll just be back in literally 1 second, but just to explain that, yeah. Okay, so a book that I really want to read is With Love from Cold World by Alicia Thompson. This is, I am kind of confused, but I think it's like a set at a amusement park that is winter themed or Christmas themed. And because the cover, you know, looks all wintry and whatever, and I don't know if it's actually set in the winter, but it has some kind of Christmas themes, and so I really want to read this during Christmas, and I'm very intrigued. I have not read anything by this author before. I do think this is her second book, but Anita Kelly, one of my absolute favorite authors, like posted about this on Instagram, and they said that they really loved it, and I absolutely do trust Anita's taste because I adored every single one of their books, and so I really want to check this out. This is getting absolutely ridiculous, but I do have once again a book that I slightly started, and that is A Far Wilder Magic by Alison Saft. And I was absolutely loving this book, and again, I think like the only reason why I put this down is because I just have been struggling with fantasy, and I just was intimidated or something, and I just need to pick it back up. So there is a video that I want to read this in, so if there's something that motivates me, it is that. And so we're reading this. I think it's gonna be such an interesting, fun, and funny romance, and just like sweet and unique, and like I was just loving the vibe. The characters had such like a nerdy vibe in the best possible way, but in like a fantasy setting, and it was just incredible. They go on this like mystical hunt together or something, and I think I'm absolutely gonna love this. And Alison Saft has another book coming out, I think at the beginning of next year, that like has the most beautiful cover, and I need to read that, so I just need to fucking read this first, you know? Okay, I took off 3 more books here because, you know, we need to get a little bit realistic, and I'm pretty sure I've already said at least like 15 books. So the next one here is Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Elise. And how the fuck, apparently according to the bookmark here, I read 12 pages of this. I don't even remember that, but I adore Chloe Elise. I feel like this is absolutely gonna be a new favorite, and I don't necessarily need to read it before the end of the year, but I feel like I absolutely should. And I also had this on my 23 books to read in 2023, which, let's not talk about that. I did want to make a video where I read these books, and I don't remember. There's definitely some others that I haven't mentioned on there. So we'll see how that goes, but this is one of them, and I should absolutely read it. Like, Chloe Elise writes such incredibly emotional, raw, real romances that I just connect with so deeply, and I think this is going to be absolutely incredible. Then I have a historical romance. I do have many others that I want to read, but this is A Matter of Temptation by Stacey Reid. I adore this cover. I don't know anything about this, but I love Stacey Reid, and I've finally been getting into a strong historical romance mood again, and I just, like, for some reason love reading them in the colder months, and so I absolutely want to do that, and my camera is flashing. So the last book here is King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I absolutely love Anna Huang's books, and I've heard so many great things about this series, and I just feel like I'm going to be obsessed with it, just like everyone else. And I have not finished the first series yet, but I feel like I kind of am in the mood for these right now a little bit more because they're shorter, mainly. And I don't know, I do really love billionaire romances. Like, obviously, in real life, disgusting, but in books, for some reason, like, it is just so fun. Like, if you know, you know, you know? So I will shut up now. But these are the books, and this is my beautiful TBR cart that you're going to see all the time now. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what books or book you want to read before the end of the year. And if you made it this far in the video, leave a ring emoji down below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!